and they started reading it, and they were just sitting down, white people, black people, Asian people, everybody was sitting down. And I was like, wow, Ghetto Bastard is just not my story, because it's a story about life. It's everybody's story.
Welcome to the My Future Business Show, where we get you in front of your best audience and keep you there. Not only are we interviewing the biggest names in business to help you become even more successful, we're inviting you to book your spot on the show to help you grow your business. So at the end of the call, make sure you fill in the interview application form at myfuturebusiness.com/interviews. Hi, and welcome back to the My Future Business Show. My name's Rick Nusky. I am your host. I'm also the luckiest man on this earth to be able to be your host and to speak with some incredible guests. And with that being said, I'm on the line with Russell Vann. Welcome to the show, Russell.
Thank you for having me, Rick.
Oh, it's absolutely my pleasure. I've been looking forward to this call, Russell. Now, for everybody who doesn't know much about Russell, you soon will. He is the author of Amazon #1 bestseller book series called Ghetto Bastard. It started off with your memoir, and we're going to be taking a deep dive into that. In fact, all of your books, and you're currently writing some new material, so that's very exciting. But what we like to do, Russell, is we normally take a bit of a, step to the side and primarily look at your life. So where are you located? Where do you live? Where's home for you?
Well, right now it's Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Fantastic. And obviously you have not lived there all your life, given your backstory.
No, I've only been here for about 20 years.
Yeah, fantastic. What do you like about the place?
Well, it's a little bit more laid back. New York is a very fast paced.
Oh yeah, snap.
Here, it's a little more laid back. You can get a lot more things done. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, and I can say that the dollar goes a lot more further.
And that's always very helpful. I can attest to that. Now I know that writing books takes a special type of individual. I've had lots of book authors on the show, and I've got a very special place on the show for them. And I'd love to talk with you about why it is that you decided to write Ghetto Bastard and wind back time, if you like. But before we do any of that, nowadays life is good, and I'd love to learn from you, if we could, Russell, what sort of things you like to do in your relaxation time. Do you have downtime?
Well, my downtime, I'm very analytical. Right. I like to think a lot. I like to spend a lot of time with my family. I'm just always thinking about ways of bringing what I would say generational wealth to the family, so that my children and my grandchildren won't have to go through the things that I went through in life, and that we can have some kind of financial independence. Yep. So I think about those things wholeheartedly, because I'm getting older.
Oh yeah, we all.
In my mind, time is running out. So you got to get it done as soon as possible. And basically, I'm a basic person like that. I spend a lot of time at home. I'm not out doing a lot of things. I'm home. I'm working mentally on my book, what I want to write, what I want to reveal, how to get that marketing out there, what's the best plans possible. Those things takes up a lot of my time consumption, consumed a lot of my time.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you for sharing. Now, let's learn a little bit about your wonderful family. You obviously spent a lot of time investing in their development. You've got a lot to share from your own life's experience. What are some of the things that you like to teach the younger generation? What are some of the fundamentals, do you think?
Are you talking about my children or the younger generation?
No, both. Anybody who is in the younger generation, what would you say to them? What are the foundational things that you have learned?
The younger generation, they're not, because you seem like you're about my age, but I don't mean to offend you if you're about
you're a young pup then.
But the younger generation, I don't know. I just think a lot of the things that they're reading, they're looking at on TV, they're listening to, as far as music is concerned, is really taking them 10, 20 years back.
Yeah.
I mean, just the way that it sexually objectifies women.
Yes.
The way that it just everything, the things that they promote. Like, I listen to a lot of old music, and what's so funny is I listen to all kind of music. Mm-hmm. I like soft. And from the 70s, I like soft rock, 70s music, America, Horse with No, all of that stuff. And I like the earlier rap music where it was the Sugar Hill Gang, and people was just talking about dressing nice and driving nice cars. It wasn't talking about killing each other and drugs and all of those different things like that. So, if anything, I would instill, and I think I instilled it in my children, is just family values. Have respect for each other, and there's a time and a place for everything, but have some decency. You know what I mean? Today, people just don't care. They don't have any moral integrity anymore, I don't think. You know what I mean? They just put it all out there. There's nothing left to the imagination anymore.
And it's funny because I think about what you're saying, Russell, and I think about marketing and how marketers have a lot to be accountable for. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely. If there's a narrative and they're trying to sell it, and if they're going to buy it, but I think what they market to is younger people, because younger people have a longer lifespan. So that's the ideal customer, because you're going to keep them on the hook for a long time. That's what I'm thinking they're picturing in their minds, because that's what they're catering to. Because people like us look at the stuff that they have now and be like, what is this garbage?
Yeah, it's like a silent war, isn't it? That we're always battling against for our children's sake and the younger generation's sake, of saying, look, we've walked this road before you. How about you think about these decisions before you make them? Have you ever had those tough sort of conversations?
Absolutely, but I got to be honest. I guess people have said that to me when I was younger too. So maybe, to tell the truth, maybe that's just the course of nature, that things are supposed to go that way.
Yep.
Because when we become older, I guess a lot of us say, "Man, I wish I had this mind when I was younger." But of course you can't have that, because this mind was developed between trial and error and different things that you went through in life. But let's be honest, no matter what we say, when we were younger, we didn't listen. We were on nothing. And no matter how much I put down whatever I'm saying about the music and the industry and the different things that are going on today, when different music came out when rock and roll first came out, people that were listening to Lawrence Welk and different, people like that were saying, what is this garbage? What is this music? You know what I mean? So we have to always allow our generations ahead to experience the same things and give them the same chances and opportunities that we have, even though we might not agree with it.
No.
It's still give them the opportunity.
Yeah, well, that's sage advice, because I remember trying to talk to my children, saying, "Hey, look, don't touch the hot water; it'll burn you." They don't listen. They go and burn themselves, and they don't do it again, do they?
Hey, there you go.
There you go. Yeah. Now, Russell, I notice you have an aquarium behind you. Are you the one who maintains that aquarium? Are they the only pets you have?
I got 3 of them. I wish I could show you the other one. This is the medium-sized one.
Any piranhas in the house?
No. You know what? It's so funny that you say that, Rick. It's funny because just like we're talking about younger people and growing over, right now I'm 53.
Yep.
And when I was younger, I've had fish all my life. I don't know what it is about. I just love it. I love taking care of them.
I love them too. I used to have axolotls. You know what axolotls are?
Yeah, well, a lot of people say that again. I'm sorry.
I used to have axolotls.
Oh no, I never heard of those. But back in the day, I had piranhas.
Oh yeah.
And oscars and pacus and those big giant aggressive fish, and, fish that eat the goldfish and stuff like that. And with fish. With keeping aquariums, it's a learning process. You can't believe the stuff you see on TV. Like, you ain't got to change the filters every 30 days. That's just a money grab,
Yeah.
But as I became older, I wanted beautiful but docile fish. Yeah. So then I started messing with the koi. So I have a big koi tank over here. You can't see it right now, but it's about 200 gallons. And they're koi. And they're the giant goldfish. They turn into, big goldfish. They're the butterfly koi.
Oh, beautiful.
And they have big giant wings, and I don't even have a top on the tank. And there's about 10 of them in the tank, and they're floating around, and they're nice and they're friendly, and nobody's attacking each other. Yeah. I'm like, well, maybe that's showing the way that I've progressed a little bit in life. And then my tank back here, it's a community tank. So it has tiger bobs and a couple other things there. And nobody's saying, look, I don't even have a top on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, beautiful.
Because nobody's, when you have those piranhas and those Oscars and those other kind of, they be chasing each other, and then they come in and they laid out on the floor. You're like, oh man, a couple of times,
need this.
right? A couple of times the fish I'm listening because I got cats too, and a couple of times I'm hearing something the fish comes out the tank and the cat.
Oh, I was just about to cry.
We don't need all.
We didn't need all that stuff.
It's a nice fish. Let them swim around, and I can feed them and say, "Oh, look at the pretty fishes." I like that now.
So you seem to me that you need that quiet place, that bit of downtime, and I do too. Is that your quiet place? Do you just look into those aquariums and you forget who you are for a while?
I have these 3 aquariums. I have 2 cats. I have 2 puppies that I just got. They're not puppies now. They've been 6 months, but they're bigger dogs.
What are they?
I have plants. All of these things that are natural. I like taking care of things. And when people who don't have animals or don't take care of plants, what they don't understand is that those things give out energy.
Yes.
Positive energy.
Yes.
Loving energy. Unconditional love, especially animals when you have them. So those are in my family, of course,
Of course.
But your family can get mad at you. The dogs and the cats and the fish and the plants, they always gonna love it. You know what I mean?
As long as you feed them.
Right, there you go. But exactly, because they'll eat you if not. But that positive energy, and that's my sanctuary right there. All of them combined, that energy. That's what I feed off of. That's what makes me grow.
Now, I love this story. I love the fact that you've opened your doors to the My Future Business audience and sharing a little bit about your life with us, and thank you for that. I want to go back into earlier days, and I want to hopefully uncover something in your childhood memories that you remember fondly of. Do you have any childhood memories that you think fondly of? Just one.
Well, my great-grandmother raised me.
Mm-hmm.
And before I used to go to bed at night, she would always give me a snack.
Yes.
And sometimes even when we go to the supermarket, I was able to pick out some kind of snack. It'd be a bag of licorice, some kind of candy, if it was a nice something. But that was a snack that before I would go to bed, I would candy or whatever. I mean, she was old school, but she spoiled me a little bit. And she would, that was my snack. And whatever it was, now unless I got in trouble, then I wasn't getting the snack that night. But that was always like that little thing. What's my snack tonight? And I already knew, and licorice to this day is like my favorite candy. Now it's Twizzlers, but they just called it licorice. They called it licorice back then. Now they call it Twizzlers. And I used to get that, and sometimes I used to put it in the freezer, and I used to wait. You didn't give me the whole pack, you know what I'm saying? And that was like a fun, just something you could rely on at night. It's like, I always say to my wife and my kids sometimes, I say because I have a grandchild, and sometimes I have to say to my daughter, as you become older, you realize we don't really get that long to be children.
No.
If you really think about it in the big scheme of things, we live to be 60, 70, 80, whatever. Yep. What do you get? A good maybe 10, 12 years to be a kid? I'm going to say 10,
so
to
true.
be a kid.
Yeah.
Believing in Santa Claus and all that.
Yeah.
So the time that we do got that, man, let's try to make it precious for them. So that little time was precious because at that time when she used to do that, that was the time that I did believe in Santa Claus.
Oh, yeah, but you know what? These are the formative years, Russell, and she gave you some foundation and some memories there. She's embedded some things into your memory that you could never get rid of, that you never want to get rid of. And it makes me start to think about mentors and role models in those formative years. Who was around you, male role models, do you think, at that time when you were growing up?
Nobody good.
Nobody good? And this is probably...
Nobody good, which is exactly why I made all of the mistakes that I made.
Yes.
And I think, I wish, I look back and I say, with a little bit of jealousy, to be honest. I mean, we'll be honest here, right? I wish that I had a mother and father who loved me and nurtured me and I wish I had that love. I had love. My great-grandmother, now you can imagine that. My grandfather, mother raised me, but my, to have a mother and father's love, that genuine love, be able to sleep in between them and that security and that support and growing up. See, I never had that. And I'm not doing bad. No. But I'm just saying, wow, if I had that, what I could have been, maybe, but things were by God's plan. But I just think about those things sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely, and I would too. There's, I think everybody has a story, and this one's certainly a tough one. You wrote Ghetto Bastard in what year? When did you write the first book?
Now, this is so funny, all right? When I initially was going to start this book was in 1994.
Oh, wow. Just a little while ago.
1994, and I wrote maybe about, I'm going to say about 20 pages, and then all of that stuff got blown up in the car. That's in the book, you know. So, since 2013, head on, I went right into it, and it was successful. I mean, I really went into it, and what I had to understand was, first I went into it, I was trying to get someone to do it for me, like the dictator and all of that stuff. I didn't have enough confidence in myself.
Mm-hmm.
And then one day, some people crossed me. They did a few things that wasn't right. And, you know, I just got to a point, you know, I just don't want to be dependent on anyone anymore. I want to be dependent on myself, God and myself. And I just said, you know what? Bump this. I could do this. I didn't say bump. I don't know what language you use on show.
It doesn't matter.
I said bump this. I could do this. And then I just started doing it. And hey, here we are, 3 books and halfway through 4, a quarter through 4, and it's been successful. It's been very well. It can do better, but just the way that we just introduced it, we did it, we went through it properly. We had it edited right. Because a few people that read it, you know, because usually readers are readers.
Yeah,
they can tell if you read it right, if you spaced it out right, if you took time with it, you know. And what was so amazing is that it had such a great crossover effect because I went on a little bit of a tour and we did a lot of book fairs, little towns I didn't even know about, and a lot of people who weren't Black. Because when you first look at the title, the first sometimes people will think about, oh, that's one of them old ghetto urban books, blah, 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 blah. And when you start to read it, you're like, oh, wow, it's not that. And that's what I got from people. And they started reading it, and they were just sitting down, white people, Black people, Asian people, everybody was sitting down. And I was like, wow, you know, Ghetto Bastard is just not my story because it's a story about life. It's everybody's story.
Yep, absolutely. Thank you. I wonder when you started to realise that moment in time, Russell, when somebody gave you that initial feedback and it was good feedback about your book and it was influencing their life and how they were thinking. How did that make you feel? Torn, happy. I
was just saying to myself. I was saying to my wife, because you know she's my best friend there and everything else. I was saying I think we got something here. I mean, I think this is real because at first it was sort of kind of a therapy. And like I said, I started it with someone else and they did some stuff to me. But then when I started writing it and I realized, wow, you just got to let it all out there because that's what good writing is. When you put it all out there and you're not sugarcoating, you're telling the truth, and then people, all kind of people can read it and someone's going to get something out of it because it's not just a Black story, a male story, an urban story, a ghetto bastard story. It's a human story.
It's a human story.
And that's right. And that's what I think the draw of it. And that's what I was trying to get out of it. And that's what I'm getting out of it.
Yeah, I've seen excerpts of it. And I've read the excerpts, and you've got 3 in the series. Tell us a little bit about the one that you're currently writing. Is it called An American Story? Is that what it's
called? The American Dream.
American Dream.
It's called The American Dream, and it just brings everything full circle. But what it really demonstrates is America, because I love America. Okay, I'm gonna tell you, I don't care what anybody says, with his warts and all. Okay,
we all got them.
Right? Nobody's perfect.
No.
Okay, but I come from one of the most. I mean, Mott Haven section of the Bronx. If anybody knows anything about it, and it's still like that, and it was like that 50 years ago. One of the most drug-infested, murderous places, poorest places in the world. Okay, and I was able to make it out of there, not without any scars, but I was able to make it out of there and live where I live, have a family, didn't go to jail. I'm not a drug addict. I don't have to kill nobody. Nobody's trying to kill me. Got a couple of stab wounds from back in the Bronx days. But
part of the course.
That's the American dream. The American dream is that if you work hard, you can be what you want to be. All you got to do is work hard. You know, I like I said, I'm very analytical, and I always hear people talk about how these jobs aren't available. I can't make money. I can't do that. I've lived in Pennsylvania for about 20 years now. For the first 10, I worked 2 jobs constantly because I needed to take care of my family. If people want to work, there's jobs out there. If you got to take care of your family, there's no time for your pride to be in there. If you got to work at Burger King in the daytime, McDonald's at night, and Kentucky Fried Chicken on the weekends to make ends meet, then that's what you do. Hard work and perseverance is always going to get you ahead. And that's what America is about. And that's what that book is about. It's about no matter what, no matter if they kick you, no matter how many times people kick you, no matter how many times you fall, as long as you can get back up and wake up in the morning, there's still an opportunity, because America is the land of opportunity. For everybody, a ghetto bastard like me, everybody and anybody, America is the American dream. To live the American dream, to be able to work hard and take care of your family and give your children, maybe it's just a step up, but a little more than what you had.
You know what? The thing that I took away from what you've just shared is that we have to be aware of, I guess, the younger generation. Not all of them, but a percentage of them have an entitlement attitude. You've talked about hard work. Have you seen that entitlement attitude, permeate society? You know, I expect this. I've just come out of school and I expect everything to be on a gold plate for me. And what would you say to that type of person who's not willing to do the hard work?
Well, you know, the Bible says a man that does not work is not going to eat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So now, and it's so funny with the political climate that's going on, and they're talking about universal income or something like that.
Yep.
You know, with something $1,000 a month or something. You know, and I was just having this conversation with someone the other day. If you're the type of person, you can give people $1,000 a month. Mm-hmm. Okay. If they want to get ahead, they still going to get another job, because they're saying $1,000 a month is just going to be for everybody. That's just going to be like, hey, it's there, you know. So if you're the type of person who wants to get ahead, that $1,000 a month is just going to add to you trying to strive and get ahead in life. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You're going to work. You're going to get the job. You're going to build your wealth. You're going to buy things. You're going to invest. If you're a lazy bastard, you're just going to take that $1,000 a month. You're going to sit on your ass, get your drugs, get high, and 30, 40 years from now, you're going to be sitting up there going, hey, I ain't got nothing. Yeah. I'm living in the projects. I'm poor.
Imagine that.
And blaming everybody for everything. So listen, either you a worker, you know what I mean, you want to get ahead, or you don't. You understand? I think my issue today with people is they want to be disgruntled against people who have gotten ahead, but you don't know what those people had to do to get ahead. You know, they just see the end result. So all these people, all these children out here that think they're in for entitlement, they're in for a rude awakening, because the parents aren't going, because they got to get old. You know what I mean? That's
it comes back to our story at the start, doesn't it?
And you can get out there in the world. See, your parents can cuddle you, but the world isn't.
No, it won't.
They're going to wake your ass up real quick.
Yeah, absolutely. I wonder, you talked about religion earlier. I wonder, what does a typical day look like for you, Russell? What's your routine include? How do you look after yourself?
Get up in the morning, pray, just think about what I want to do as far as my plans in life, how we want to get ahead, what's going on. I go to work for 8 hours, and then I come back home, and then I go to sleep, and I start it over again. I jot down little ideas in my book, memories that I have, that you know, how I want to fragment the book. And we have some things going on in Atlanta as far as screenplays happening, and you know, I'm working a lot on trying to now promote the book. So I'm just looking at different avenues right now. So right now, that's what dominates my time during the days.
Yeah, fantastic. Now, so what are the plans for the next year? Is it all book writing? Do you have any plans to do anything else? I know that there's a lot going on with the pandemic, and I wonder how's that affecting you guys locally?
Well, the book writing I can do. I
Whenever.
do that. A lot of in my mind.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
Whenever it comes up, because you know how book writing is. You just don't take. Sometimes you get those bursts.
The moments.
Right, those moments. But we have a screenplay in what they call a treatment being written for the book in Atlanta. So I have a friend of mine who was an actor. He is an actor, but he had a little bit of influence. So kind of connected with him. He connected us with some people, and so that's one avenue that we're going down.
Yep.
And they're looking at maybe Netflix and Hulu and different avenues to try to pitch it maybe as a series, because I thought it would be too long for a movie.
Yeah. So there's certainly a lot of content.
That's one avenue that we're going down, and then we're also looking into a little more marketing, trying to a little massive advertisement, and different avenues of advertising and putting the book out just a little bit more. Also, I'm going to be coming out and doing a lot more of these interviews like we're doing
Fantastic.
Right now.
Yeah.
Before we were doing the different tours, and I got a good response and good sales actually from just selling hand to hand. So just like I said, just looking at all the opportunities that are available, I think if we just put the proper effort forward, it can be very successful.
I wish you all the very best, and I hope that the My Future Business interview audience can help you gain that momentum that you so deserve. Now, importantly, at the pointy end of the call, Russell, when people want to buy it, or at least want to learn more about your book series, where do they go? Where can they buy it?
You can go to ghettobastard.com, and you can also go to Amazon, and Amazon, Russell Vann, Ghetto Bastard, it'll come right up. If you go to ghettobastard.com, they actually have a young lady who's reading a transcript of the first
Yes,
chapter.
I noticed that.
Oh, did you see that?
Yeah,
Okay.
I listened to it.
Yeah. So they can go to ghettobastard.com, or they can go to Amazon, and right now we're having a sale.
Yeah.
The ebook for 99 cents.
Fantastic.
Right. So they can go to those areas and find them, and like I said, if they didn't see it, that's what it looks like.
Yeah, it's wonderful. And that's I'm assuming that's you on the cover.
No, and that's so funny. That's actually my grandson.
Oh wow! I'm so glad
You
I
got to
asked
read the
that.
book to find out. So you got to read the book.
Yeah, you got to
out.
find out. No, look, I never assume anything.
And that's 2, and then that one is 3, and yeah.
Who did the wonderful artwork, the cover work on that?
That was 69 books. 69 books. Lisa Sarasoli.
Very skilled.
She's a former actress also, and she's gonna be working on me with the 4th one also. And we jived real good, and she got the way what I wanted.
Yep.
And it been going very good. And I wanted the picture of my grandson, because people look at the book and look at the title, and people's bias set in. Because they're looking at the picture and they're saying, well, what is he? You know what I mean?
Yep.
Is he white? Is he black? Is he what? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you say Ghetto Bastard, and people automatically think it's going to be one of those urban ghetto books.
But
and
it's much more than that.
That's what draws that curiosity. And then when they hit that first page, which you've read it, they can't put it down.
No, look, if the and I know this for fact, if the content is like anything like the quality of the covers, everybody who is going to pick up these wonderful book series is in for a treat. And with that, if you're on the call today, no matter where you find this interview, this post below there somewhere, you will find ghettobastard.com, the URL link. Just click on through and have a look at Russell's book series. And with all that being said, Russell, I've had just such a wonderful time spending some time with you on the My Future Business show today.
Thank you, Rick.
Thanks for joining us today. If you enjoyed the call, then make sure to subscribe, leave a comment, share us with your friends, and book your spot on the show at myfuturebusiness.com/interviews. And if you're looking for solutions that will help grow your business, then visit myfuturebusiness.com/shop.